Congratulations on reaching the end of this first week in this course on data modeling in Power BI. This week you've explored concepts for data modeling. Let's take a few minutes to recap what you've learned in this week's lessons. You began the week with an introduction to data models. You learned how to identify the initial steps involved in data modeling, like defining relationships between tables, assigning data types, and creating calculated columns and measures. You then explored the process steps for building a data model in Power BI. This involves connecting your data sources, preparing and transforming your data, and configuring the table properties. You also learned how to create model relationships and create measures and calculated columns with DAX. And you reviewed the benefits of data models. You discovered that data models can be used to enhance the performance of reports, improve calculations, improve analysis and insights, and deliver more accurate reports. You then explored schemas. A schema is a structure that defines the organization and relationships of tables within a dataset. Three types of schema can be used to organize and structure data. The first is a flat schema. This is the simplest data model form. It's a set of rows and columns containing data. Then there's the star schema. It's a central fact table that links to multiple dimension tables. These tables are connected through relationships. And finally, there's the snowflake schema. This is an extension of the star schema. It breaks down dimension tables into multiple related tables. You first learned how to set up a flat schema. This involves removing duplicate data, formatting columns, and editing the table's properties. In the lesson exercise, you configured a flat schema for AdventureWorks. You also completed an activity configuring a flat schema with multiple sources. Finally, you completed a knowledge check to test your understanding of data models. And you reviewed links to materials for further learning in the Additional Resources item. The next lesson focused on cardinality and cross-filter direction. This lesson began with an introduction to fact and dimension tables. Fact tables hold quantifiable, measurable data on a business process. It sits at the center of a star schema. Then there's dimension tables. Dimension tables provide descriptive attributes related to fact data. They radiate out from the central fact table. A snowflake schema extends this design. It normalizes the dimension tables by breaking them down into additional related tables. Next, you explored the concept of cardinality. Cardinality refers to how your database tables relate to one another. Your cardinality settings must be correct to ensure your insights are accurate. There are three types of cardinality in Power BI. The first is a one-to-one relationship. In this instance, a record in one column of Table A corresponds to a unique record in one column of Table B. Next is the one-to-many relationship. Each record in a column of Table A corresponds to multiple records in Table B, but not vice versa. This is the most common relationship. Finally, there's the many-to-many relationship. This is where multiple records in a column of Table A are related to multiple records in a column of Table B, in both directions. You can understand these relationships using cross-filters. Power BI offers single cross-filter direction and bi-directional filtering. Single cross-filter direction is the default setting. It propagates from one table to another, as in Table A to Table B, but not the other way. Bidirectional filtering is filtering against the direction of a relationship. This means changing the direction of the filter to both, so you can propagate the filter in the reverse direction. Another important aspect of cardinality is granularity. Granularity refers to the level of detail or depth of a dataset. The granularity of your data should align with the business questions you need to answer. Do you need high granularity data in the form of a dataset that captures detailed information about the transactions? Or low granularity data in the form of a dataset that captures high-level summary or at an aggregated level over broader categories? You then tested your understanding of these concepts. You completed a knowledge check to test your understanding of data models. And you reviewed links to materials for further learning in the Additional Resources item. In the fourth and final lesson, you learned how to work with advanced data models. The lesson began with an introduction to setting up a star schema in Power BI. The key steps in this process involve loading the required tables, creating the relationships between the tables based on common keys, and setting up cardinality and cross-filter direction. You then completed an exercise configuring a star schema for AdventureWorks in Power BI. And you compared your result against an exemplar. Next, you learned how to set up a snowflake schema in Power BI. The process steps are like those for setting up a star schema. The key difference is that you must create hierarchies in the dimension tables to enable greater analysis. You can also convert a star schema into a snowflake schema using DAX queries. You then put this knowledge into practice by changing an AdventureWorks star schema into a snowflake schema. You continued your exploration of advanced data models with snowflake schemas. You reviewed the importance of snowflake schemas, including their key benefits, and you explored the process for resolving challenges in data models. Finally, you completed a knowledge check and module quiz to test your knowledge of the concepts you encountered. You've now reached the end of this module summary. It's time to move on to the discussion prompt, where you can discuss what you've learned with your peers. You'll then be invited to explore additional resources to help you develop a deeper understanding of the topics in this lesson. Best of luck. We'll meet again during next week's lessons.